But we're about to find out here in just a minute. Asking both teams if they're ready, and I'm queuing right up. Predictions?
I think it's going to be 4-3.
4-3? You don't know who's going to win? It's going to be 4-3?
Yeah.
I'm permanently smiling. It's a birth defect. Oh my god. So it looks like both teams are ready. We're going to jump into this best of 7 series between these two teams. And the very first map of this best of 7 is going to be... Hello? Blades Edge Arena. I'll see you guys in there.
I can't hear him on Skype.
Not talking.
Oh.
Dude, I faked you out, bro.
You did fake me out. Don't do this, man. I'm already stressed enough. This is such a tense series. Like,
oh my gosh.
I don't need this pressure from you.
What is gonna happen? I don't know. Genericz and Mageiden are brothers? What?
I know, what is going on?
What is happening right now?
The revealing information you find on GCD TV when you tune in. It's exciting.
Alright. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Who is going to take the entire tournament? Is it going to be the RLDream Team once again, bringing back another win? Or is it going to be DBBDBK, as they are the previous champion, the previous tournament champion? Both teams so good. I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like the advantage is to Maldiva's team here on Blades Edge Arena with being able to portal up. At the same time, Genericz playing combat can swap to Pinkrangerz, so I think Pinkrangerz needs to be on his toes. He is going to walk into the entire team here. Mageiden with the blazing speed. Cheap shot onto Maldiva very early here. Pinkrangerz trying to go for a Typhoon. Doesn't manage to knock anyone off, I don't believe. He is going to jump down below immediately and go for a Tranquility. He is afraid of a potential swap here. This should negate most of the adrenaline rush here from Genericz early on. Maldiva is just going to jump down. He gets the Iron Bark. He goes for the Fears. He's going to tank some of the damage down here for now. And when that Iron Bark fades, he's probably going to portaling up even faster than that. But the swap over to Dannycarry. Nessper now into the Polymorph, into the full clone out of that. Dannycarry taking good control of him, but a bash into Genericz. Maldiva just going to town on him by himself, forcing him to about 58%, but not going to force a lot more than that. Pretty interesting opener so far. Now the kidney shot onto Pinkrangerz. He did pre-bear form it. The Killing Spree comes out, but it's negated from the Barkskin and the Hellstone of Pinkrangerz, so good preemptive measures by him.
Yeah, both Druids sort of just tanking these rogues in bear form right now. I mean, Nessper sitting on the back of Dannycarry. Dannycarry just sitting in bear, making sure he takes as little damage as possible. The sheep's coming out on Nessper. Good peels out of Mageiden. Maldiva looks like he is the target of choice. Nessper swapping over down to Dannycarry. He is going to bear form and get sheeped again by Mageiden. Mageiden getting rotted down, though, by the dots of Maldiva. The full clone comes out onto Genericz, and Mageiden taking a lot of pressure, down to around 50%. Dannycarry does have that Iron Bark available, but it looks like he thinks Mageiden will be fine. He's not going to use it.
Yeah, Genericz goes for the Vanished Re-Stealth Kidney here, but Pinkrangerz did pre-bear for me. He doesn't have Barkskin available. He's taking quite a bit of damage. The Ice Novas connect. He's going to Displacer Beast over the top of this ramp and reconsider his positioning as he moves to the center ramp now. He should be able to top himself off, and Genericz is taking quite a bit of damage here. I'm not sure if Cloak Shadows is still available. It should be at this point, but a full Polymorph was landed on the Pinkrangerz. Maldiva's getting pressured. He drops the Blood Horror onto Genericz. He's going to drop down below. He does manage to lock the Polymorph coming from Mageiden, so Pinkrangerz gets that Iron Bark up, and Nessper's going to pop the Cloak of Shadows, but another Polymorph, swap over to Pinkrangerz in caster form, skins immediately. Comet Storm comes swinging in, only taking about 50% of his HP, and Pinkrangerz is going to displace their beast away and be just fine on that swap.
Maldiva is actually causing a lot of pressure against this RMD. I mean, Nessper is sitting on Dannycarry, and even though Dannycarry is tanking the damage in bear, that means he's not going to be able to get a lot of hots out onto Mageiden and then Genericz, and those Warlock dots will sort of rot him down. Iron Bark coming out onto Dannycarry, who's still just tanking Nessper, but his team is taking a lot of damage. I mean, Genericz using that Killing Spree on Pinkrangerz, but it's going to be... He's in bear for it. I mean, he should be okay, but he's down to around 30%. The Garrote comes out, bash onto Genericz, fear on him, and Pinkrangerz should be able to top himself off here.
Yeah, he's managed to escape for now, but the kidney shot into Dannycarry with the Mirror Image and the Smoke Bomb Killing Spree coming out, but Maldiva at the same time dipping to about 50%. That Deep Freeze on the Nessper is going to lock him in place, giving Dannycarry the time he needs to heal. Full blind onto Pinkrangerz. He trinkets that immediately to try and get some more hots rolling onto Maldiva here. Mageiden going for some Polymorphs. He gets it onto Pinkrangerz without a Deep Freeze. This might be it. He has Dark Regeneration available if he chooses to activate. He's going to activate it. Play offensive here on the top. The cheap shots coming out from Nessper here onto Genericz into the half kidney. Swapping over to him. No feint up. just yet. He's going to activate it at 50% HP. He should be all right. He has the evasion should he need to, but a clone going on to Nessper to prevent him having to use that evasion. He does trigger the Blood Horror, bash into Pinkrangerz into a full clone, kidney onto Maldiva. No Dark Regeneration available. He has his trinket, but he's choosing to sit through the Frozen Orb. He's going to abandon ship and jump down below. He pulls out a Fell Hunter to try and lock this Polymorph, but he doesn't manage to lock it. He's going to have to portal up here. He does land the Howl of Terror on Genericz Vanish, but he's not dotted up. Somehow coming out of stealth nonetheless from the Howl of Terror. Counterspell coming out onto Mageiden's Poly here. Iron Bark is used from Pinkrangerz. The Comet Storm comes down, but a Garrote onto Mageiden, a cheap shot into Genericz. Nessper doing a great job peeling the RMD so far. Now the kidney shot out, but he did pre-feint it. Poly's now being spammed on into Nessper. Going to be dispelled immediately. Maldiva going for the Haunt. It connects onto Mageiden, but nothing too major accomplished yet from either team. Only 4 minutes in.
Yeah, and Nessper actually used his blind there to just half on Genericz, so kind of a waste of that coming out of Nessper. I think he was trying to blind off his feint, but Genericz actually got the feint off before he got kidneyed from Nessper, so well done by him. Pinkrangerz now into the full sheep, but it looks like Maldiva is just fine, and Nessper's still just sitting on Dannycarry. Genericz and Mageiden being rotted down by Maldiva's Demon Soul, and Nessper's just waiting for Dannycarry to get out of bear form so he can put him in a full kidney shot. Maldiva taking a lot of damage. Pinkrangerz into the deep ring down to around 30%.
Cloak of Shadows from Generic here, offensive onto Maldiva. The ring's going to land on the Nesper's Vanish there. So well-placed ring. Genericz potentially could be swapped to here. Gets rooted in the center map. He's going to use his second Vanish to get out of that. And cheap shot, Nessper immediately swapping back over to Maldiva, who's going for the Haunt with that Iron Bark. It connects onto Mageiden, not doing a tremendous amount of damage. Mageiden does have full Icicles. He lands the full Poly. He's going to unleash all of those Icicles onto Maldiva here, and the Comet Storm comes down. Deep Freeze on Pinkrangerz, potentially a half Polymorph out. He lands the half Polymorph. Maldiva has abandoned the bridge, though, down below, and he can just use his portal to get back up top, which he's going to use now. Pinkrangerz into the full blind. He has no trinket available for that, but Genericz gets Howl of Terror up. He's going to have to try and reconnect here. Dark Regeneration used from Maldiva very early so that Pinkrangerz can sit that blind, which is a major CC for the RMD here, and Pinkrangerz manages to get away with that. He puts Genericz into a bash. Maldiva's going to jump down below along with Pinkrangerz. They're just going to be throwing their dots out, biding their time, waiting for dampening and tranquility coming out from Pinkrangerz once again. Both Druids here relatively fine on mana, about 55-60% on both sides. Full dots onto the entire RMD, but Dannycarry's actually going for a drink potentially here. Nesper's just going to blind him here in bear form. Excellent decision there, but Pinkrangerz is getting pressured. He got stunned in caster. Ice Nova connects. Barskin might not be enough. Deep Freeze comes through. Garrote follow-up. He has no trinket. He gateway Hellstones to the center of the bridge. He's going to jump down below to LOS, but he gets cloned at low HP. If Genericz can get a re-stealth here, it might be the end here, but the smoke bomb on Genericz with the kidney shot. Nesper's trying to turn it around onto him. Pinkrangerz still in a bit of trouble. The Iron Bar comes up. He gets the hots rolling. That NS is going to crit huge, almost like a lay on hands there. Genericz using the cloak offensively there as well to try and stick to him, but Pinkrangerz topped himself off, as I said. Now Mageiden feeling some pressure here from Nessper as he's building up that red buff for the next killing spree opportunity, potentially onto Dannycarry here, but he still has his trinket, so it's going to be pretty hard for both teams to kind of get through these cooldowns.
Yeah, this map is just so difficult. Meanwhile, Nessper using the killing spree onto Genericz, who drops down to around 40%. The Iron Bark comes out from Dannycarry onto Genericz, and hopefully he should be fine from that. I mean, Maldiva gets ringed and gets locked on Shadow. Nessper being spam poly. Mageiden, beautiful job at CCing the DPS. Generic will be fine. And something that I noticed is Mageiden doesn't have his Mage buff up. So that's a lot of healing Dannycarry's missing and a lot of damage that Mageiden's missing at the same time. And I mean, hopefully he notices that, because that's a lot of damage he's missing out in this game.
Yeah, certainly wants to make sure he gets that buff rolling. Mageiden gets locked out on a polymorph, dipping to about half HP, going for another polymorph, but Pinkrangerz is just sitting in bear form. He's going to get deep frozen. No Ring of Frost available, I don't believe, for 7 seconds, so he's going to be able to sit through that deep freeze. Now into the full blind. He's going to trick it immediately, get the hots onto Maldiva, the Iron Bark as well. Howl of Terror landed, kidney onto Dannycarry, though. They're swapping over to him. Tried to pre-evasion Dannycarry's bash as well. He's going to Displacer Beast across the bridge, but Nessper is on his tail. He does get rooted. He's going to have to vanish out of the root. Dannycarry might be in a lot of trouble here, 20% HP. Mageiden rotting as well. Nesper's doing his best to try and reconnect, but he goes into the full polymorph. Howl of Terror onto Dannycarry. This might be it. 20%. Pinkrangerz participating with that Heart of the Wild, like you're saying. That is his trademark play here. Dannycarry has somehow survived, and now Nessper into the full kidney with no feint. He activates the combat readiness Hellstone and gets that feint up to reduce as much damage as he can. He should be able to recover as Pinkrangerz has no CC. Dannycarry trinkets that full kidney immediately, but that's the killing spree. Iron Bark up as well, but he might just die through it. 13%, 10%. He's going to Displacer Beast away at 8% HP, sustaining himself, but his entire team is rotting. This is such a recovery mode for Dannycarry right now.
Yeah, that was well done by him surviving. Well done by his team as well, keeping the peels up. But they're just under so much pressure. You know, Maldiva rotting their entire team, and that's what's scary. At the same time, Nessper dipping down to 20%. The Ring of Frost comes out on Pinkrangerz. He has no trinket available. Nessper could just die. 9%, 7%, 3%, and he just goes down. That was a beautiful turnaround. Look, if you look at the RMD, I mean, they're all at like 50% HP, but they knew they had to go aggressive. They had to turn it around, and they ended up killing Nessper with a beautiful swap.
Wow. Holy crow. Talk about a beautiful swap. Let's go ahead. I think... I'm not sure if I got that on a replay. I'm going to go ahead and check, but... Wow. I mean, we're at 23% dampening. Like you guys said, Dannycarry, he was in trouble. He could not keep up, and they had to make something happen, and that's exactly what they did. Nope, don't have the replay available. Oh, that sucks. My command bugged out mid-game, but... That being said, you guys all saw what happened. I was zoomed in right on him. Nessper was caught in that. And that was the killing spree and the cross CC on the Pinkrangerz, and that was all she wrote. There it is. So that was Blade's Edge Arena as well. And like you guys said, that's a nice map for an RLD, but it is their turn again. Are they going to choose Blade's Edge Arena? What do you guys think?
I think so.
I think so. I think that's one of their best maps. I mean, it makes Maldiva not really a target. The RMD doesn't have a good target. I mean, they can kill Nessper in swaps like that, but... I think if they played a little bit more conservatively, I mean, at some point the RLD has to use their cooldowns to go offensive. They're getting peeled so much, but that leaves them susceptible to those kind of swaps, which is what is so scary from the RMD team.
Yeah, absolutely. So actually, they're not choosing Blade's Edge Arena yet. I'll leave it to be a surprise for the audience, but we have been getting so many donations during that game. Thank you guys so much. We are so close to our end goal. I can't read them all because there is just so many, but we're going to hit spectate war game, press the go button. The next map of this best of 7 series is going to be on glitched. Hello? Hello? Yeah,
hello?
It's Dollar Sewers.
Ooh. Ooh. Speaking of like Resto Druid trademarks, Dannycarry is kind of known for running the Force of Nature, and he was running it that last game, and Pinkrangerz as well, running the Heart of the Wild, trying to participate offensively. Just felt like Nessper got caught out. He got stun locked while Pinkrangerz was in an awkward position, and he didn't have Feint. And you get stunned without Feint, especially into dampening like that, and Pinkrangerz doesn't have an S. He has no real big healing mechanic to get him back up. And Genericz and Mageiden just capitalized on Nessper not having any cooldowns available, and also not having the Feint, which is why they were able to take him down so quickly.
Yeah, that was well done. Maybe actually the Mage buff doesn't show. I feel like Mageiden wouldn't have messed it up 2 games in a row, so that might be... He might be using the Dalaran Brilliance, which bugs it out, so... Yeah. Maybe that first game I was wrong about that. He might not be added to the buff list.
Pinkrangerz gets pulled out of stealth here. Mageiden building up those icicles off of him. An early cheap shot into Dannycarry with the Garrote from Nessper, but Genericz going to answer that with a cheap shot on Nessper himself. It might take him down in the opener. Cloak of Shadow comes out with Feint. He's going to be able to survive that, but that was a close call. Now Nessper with a little bit of class envy here, throwing a kidney onto Genericz, trying to turn it around with some salty aggression onto Genericz, only taking him to about 60% here. Dannycarry doesn't need to trinket any of the CC that was coming, even going for Cyclones now, swapping over to Maldiva, a full kidney onto him. This RMD is just everywhere. They need to get the CC onto Pinkrangerz, though. He's playing very far back here, even going for some Typhoons, trying to interrupt some cast bars, throwing the hots out, Haltera onto Genericz. That should break almost immediately. Maldiva doing a good job with the dots so far. Dannycarry dispelling a UA, but that's a full kidney. He did pre-bear form it, and he has the bark skin running. That is the killing spree from Nessper. He should be able to survive it with that cooldown management, but he's just getting chunked. He's running through the Ring of Frost as well, trying to get this RLD CC, but that's a smoke bomb from Genericz. Killing spree from him onto Nessper. He does have Feint up this time, but is it enough? 40% into the DR cheap shot, full blind onto Pinkrangerz on his trinket. That's going to be it. 9% Hellstone combat readiness evasion. 1%! And he's down.
And
don't say it!
Don't say it.
I was about to say, don't say it, but you said it. Down goes Nessper, and that is 2-0 for DBBDBK. And That was a very convincing win. Let's go take a look at that. I mean, the opener on the Nessper got a lot, and then they set it right back up. Genericz ran him back, got a blind, and let's take a look at that replay. So looking at this right away, you see Dannycarry is taking a lot of damage from Nessper right now as the killing spree does fade, but there's the kidney shot in the Nessper and the bomb coming out from Genericz. He's bringing that pressure right back around. Nesper's health is just dipping so low. Cheap shot out of that. He runs back, blinds him, puts him into the triple DR kidney. Nessper uses evasion, but it's just not enough. Pinkrangerz didn't have a trinket, and Nessper goes down. And so that is going to be a 2-0 so far for DBBDBK against this RLD. Do you guys want to update your predictions at all, or?
I feel like it's cheating.
Yeah, it is kind of cheating, isn't it?
At this point, yeah.
I feel like we jinx whatever team we say is gonna win.
Hey, to be fair, I didn't say any team was gonna win. I said it was gonna be 4-3.
In my mind, I was saying that Nessper was probably going to win just based off their track record of the last series, but Genericz and Mageiden are capitalizing on Nesper's aggressive plays on a Danny and really punishing him. Really good use of smoke bomb, blinding on Dannycarry, or sorry, on Pinkrangerz trinket. So they definitely need to stop the CC so that Dannycarry can, that Pinkrangerz can save his trinket for that blind, which is much more important. I didn't catch if he did get polymorph though with that deep freeze, or what was forcing his trinket, but that is important that he saves it.
Yeah, we'll see if Nessper and Maldiva can overcome the power of teamwork and friendship and that brotherly rogue mage synergy that Genericz and Mageiden have. You know, secret we didn't know about, but now we know where their power comes from.
It's because they're brothers.
Yep.
Yep. Peekaboo and Dilly, that's why they're so good, man. Alright. Let's see here. Just waiting on Nesper's team to hop back out of an arena because they are in a real arena at the moment right now as they queued up on accident by habit. It always happens to the team that loses. Always. They just want to jump right back into it. So they don't want to just end it there. They're like, listen, we can do better than that. Let's go back in, boys. Let's get right back into the fray, and that's how it happens. Generic's team is notorious for doing that. They do it every time. Same with Dillypoo's team. They're like Q Lords, man. Heroes of the ladder.
Yeah, let's get into the game. Did they leave it?
No, they're playing it out. I guess they don't want to drop any rating or anything like that, but they do have a whole 10 minutes. Though I did have a team, Dillypoo's team specifically, join a queue, and it started dampening, or not dampening, but it was starting to go really long, and they had to leave at 9 minutes into the game to come back.
Oh my
God. That's funny.
We didn't play it out. We aren't playing it out. Hello. We instantly have. Oh, they aren't playing it out. So we are gonna go jump right into Dalaran Sewers. Ooh. So this is their map, man. I feel like they love this map. Let's go jump right into it. Holy crow, boys, we have made it to our goal. We had some awesome donations. Well, I'll shout you guys out after this game. I want to just jump right into this game, and then we will look at that. Thank you so much for your generosity, guys. I really appreciate it. It's going directly to future prize pools. And Dalaran Sewers, I mean, this is looking kind of grim for this RLDream Team. If DBBDBK win 2 more times, they are the champions of tournament number 8. RLDream Team has a lot of catching up to do right now.
Yeah, they really do, and Genericz is just capitalizing, like I said, on the aggression of Nessper, so let's see if Nessper decides to hold back a little bit, maybe go into Mageiden, stop the CC. That Blizzard pulling Nessper out, that was a snipe 360 no-scope Blizzard there, getting Nessper out of stealth. He's not going to get the opener he wants, but he does get the full kidney onto Dannycarry out of form, forcing the bark skin. At the same time, Genericz helping the adrenaline rush kidney shot onto Maldiva. Nessper preemptively getting the evasion up in case they swap over to him because he wants to pursue after Dannycarry, who lays down those 3 Trents which are doing a significant amount of healing while he can camp in bear form as well. The Arm Bark Root going to be locking Nessper up. There's the cheap shot as well. The Feint is going to be fading here towards the end of the stun, but doesn't seem like Genericz is going to pursue after Nessper. Mageiden throwing the Frozen Orb out, though. Nessper trying to reconnect to a target. Genericz in the meantime managed to get a restart, but it's not going to matter. He's going to get pulled out from the dots of Maldiva. Polymorph's kind of being thrown around here. A bit of a little bit miscoordination. Nesper's killing spree coming on to Dannycarry, forcing his trinket. He has no Barkskin available. He has the NS to pick him up in an emergency. The kidney smoke bomb, and then Nessper, though, capitalizing on the aggression once again, forcing the combat readiness. At the same time, Dannycarry's just going to go down.
He actually got feared. I mean, he popped NS and he got feared on it. So Maldiva offensively fearing him. That was unbelievable. I mean, we didn't even notice it was really going on, but I mean, he was getting low, and when he finally popped that NS to get that big kill, Maldiva feared him on it. So well done by him. That actually secured the kill.
Let's take a quick look at what just happened there, and keep your eye out on Dannycarry. I mean, so much damage comes out. There's the kidney shot, but he's in bear. He trinkets that bear for him, gets away, and just watch Dannycarry's health. He's already at 50% here. Nesper's in the kidney. There's the bomb. There's a DR cheap shot on the Dannycarry, and just so much damage coming out. This wasn't even killing spree. That wasn't even killing spree by Nessper.
No.
Wow.
I wasn't looking at it, man. I missed it.
That's insane.
I was not expecting it.
That game they got denied on their opener really hard. Mageiden's first deep freeze got bear formed, and he tried to throw out the ring, but Maldiva was just not getting faked and just ended up CSing at the end of that, and just because of that, they didn't really have that much pressure on the opener, and they're just kind of forced on the defensive the entire game, which is something we didn't see in the first two games.
Nessper did say that was killing spree, though, so I guess we missed it, but interesting. I don't know. That's crazy. Wow. It's probably like the beginning part that got a lot of the defensives was killing spree, but at the end where, I don't know. Used it when I kidneyed him in bear form. Ah, when you got an original trinket, I see. So, the killing spree got the trade, and then they landed the kill. So, we're going to jump into it now. It is Genericz map choice. One second.
Oh.
Okay. Tolvaron Arena is correct, but I need to check something.
Okay.
Do you guys actually know if the shadow image copies killing spree? Does anyone know?
I don't know.
It does. It does.
Crazy.
It does.
Yeah. Shadow image killing spree. So I mean, next game that's something the RMD might want to look at is that shadow image, because it does a lot of damage and it really doesn't have that much health. It's pretty easy to snipe.
Twitch chat coming in with the knowledge bomb here.
Yeah, I'm really spoiled. Like, I actually don't know anything about World of Warcraft, and I'm just lucky that I'm a part of Twitch and I'm a streamer, because any question I have, it gets instantly answered. It's like, I don't know. It's nice.
Alright, so the next map is going to be on Tolvaron Arena, chosen by Genericz RMD. Let's jump right into it. See you guys in the game. It's like 20k damage, but no mastery buff proc, no mastery proc, dude. Like, you can just get like the down low on everything. It's crazy.
This is a much bigger map for Dannycarry to kite. Hopefully it doesn't get caught completely off guard, as we all, I think, got caught off guard to the amount of damage that came up from Nessper there. Despite getting trained and swapped to constantly from Genericz, Nessper is keeping the train dream alive, pulling back a win there for his team.
Here, hold on. Go ahead and leave the arena, guys. Everybody just leave.
Is there a problem?
Yeah.
You let them know?
Yep. I'm letting them. I'm spamming it.
Okay.
They're just continuing to play as I'm spamming them.
What was the problem?
Maldiv was wearing PvE gear.
The whole time?
I don't know. I'm gonna double check.
You inspected him?
I did. I linked the ring.
Are you not? Wait, he's using the ring or the trinkets?
He's using the ring.
The ring isn't allowed? I thought it was.
No PvE gear is allowed.
Oh, really? A lot of people use that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that someone asked that when he said the ring was okay, though.
Nah, I never answered that.
Can't remember. I know in the EU one I said the ring wasn't, but for some reason I feel like somebody did ask if the ring was okay.
I don't know. Regardless of whether or not, if we think the rings are okay in Arena or not, like if it's a big deal or not, it is within the rules right now that no PvE gear is allowed.
Okay.
So,
I need to remember that. I think it's pretty, yeah, if it's in the rules, absolutely stick by that, but I think it's pretty common for players to use the PvE ring. It's really easy to get.
yeah, so I did inspect him in the room. He did have the PvE ring on. I told everyone to leave way before the game even started, but no one ever confirmed. I did link the ring back at him, and no one ever confirmed with me that they are going to swap. They just played, so we're just going to go ahead and that match was not valid. I was spamming leave to everyone, so. I mean, if we might change that rule where it could just be PvE trinkets, but as of right now, the rules are no PvE gear at all, and we got to stick by our guns, guys. We got to stick by to every single rule in our tournament, because if we don't, then we'll just be a little bit too lenient, and we don't want that. We want it to be fair. Yeah, when it comes to the specifics of what the item level scales down and like to what the advantage it really is for having a PvE ring, regardless, we made the rule that there's no PvE gear allowed, so we have to stick by it, guys. We might change our rules in the future with feedback from you guys, so definitely tweet us and explain to us why you think we should change a rule. But as of right now, we are going to replay that map. It is going to be, I believe it was Tolvaron Arena, if I'm not...
Yes.
It is Tolvaron Arena. I'm going to ask both teams if they're ready.
Man, this Twitch chat is so relentless. Are we counting Warglaive as PvE gear? Vase is banned from all tournaments for using a Warglaive. Confirmed?
Yeah.
Looks like a team might be disputing me on this, so just give me a few minutes, guys. We'll be right back. Alright, here we go. The next map is going to be on Tolvaron Arena. So it's an unfortunate situation. I mean, Genericz team apparently did win that match very, very quickly, but unfortunately, I was letting both teams know that they should leave the arena via whispers. Yeah,
it's also, it could be a mental thing too, right? You're reading your whispers saying leave, 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 and you might play differently. None of us stayed in the game to see it played out. Yeah. I don't think, so.
That's the big deal. We weren't in the game as well, so. Oh, so we'll see what happens, but yeah. That is the final ruling. It is still 1-2. RLDream Team versus DBBDBK. RLD versus RMD. Who's going to come out on top?
I don't know. Wait, is that the score? 2-1? Or is it 2-0?
Yes. It is 2-1.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. They won the last game.
Hopefully they don't let that put them on tilt. Tilt is a very common word in this situation. But Mage didn't, I believe, blink CS the gateway in the last game here. He's not going to be able to do it this time. Maldiva positioning a little bit further back to guarantee the gateway. Genericz pushing in, potentially trying to get a stab. He gets it onto Maldiva. He's looking for Pinkrangerz. He doesn't find him just yet, but he's going to open onto with a kidney onto Nessper. He did manage to pre-feint it. There's the deep freeze on the Pinkrangerz. Frozen Orb is out, so he's not going to be able to polymorph with that AoE. It's going to break it, but he's just going to die!
What the hell just happened, man?
Nobody used anything. I mean, that was a lot of cooldowns coming out of the RMD, and I mean, they didn't respond well at all to that. Nessper didn't use Trinket, Pinkrangerz didn't use Trinket, and I mean, Feint's great, but it fell off, and once Feint's gone, those double Ice Nodes come out with double Trinkets, and you have to use something. Nobody uses anything.
Let's go take a look at that replay, man. So, right away, we're looking at this opener right now. Dannycarry's currently in sap. The sap goes out on the Maldiva and the Mageiden double sap. And as you guys know, Nessper is the kill target. There's the kidney shot orb on the Nessper, the deep freeze on the Pinkrangerz. No one's using anything right now. Nesper's taking so much damage. And just the orb and the iron bar came out, but it just wasn't enough. And Nessper went down. And I don't know. That was intense. I feel like they definitely needed to push some buttons there. Huh.
Yeah, of course.
So,
of course, yeah.
This RLD sorry, go ahead.
And at the very least, I mean, if Nessper doesn't want to use Trinket or Pinkrangerz doesn't, Maldiva's going to have to, so he can at least peel and stop some of the damage, so you can get away with sitting that. But if no one uses anything, yeah, you see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. So it's going to be 3-1 now, potentially the last game.
Yes.
Genericz team is the reigning champions from last week. And they did win it 4-1 last week as well, so maybe they can pull it off the same way. They definitely have the damage.
Alright, so chosen by the RLDream Team, the next map is going to be on Blades Edge Arena. Jumping into this game. Oh baby, this could potentially be the very last game of the entire tournament. It is the RLDream Team going up against DBBDBK. It is 3-1. The next win for DBBDBK will take the entire thing. Let's see what happens. Oh man, that seemed very convincing. I don't know. I feel like the RLD potentially might be on tilt from that, but
maybe.
Yeah.
What can happen too is when you die like that, you overcompensate, you know, so they might not rotate their cooldowns as effectively. I hope that doesn't happen, but they might overuse cooldowns and it could end up biting them in the butt because of a game like that.
Yeah, Maldiva's team actually positioned and ran all the way to the other side. They're going to get the gateway down, which is a good start for them. Blizzard is going to break the sap on a Pinkrangerz, luckily for him. Cheap shot on a Maldiva, but Pinkrangerz is loading up the hots there. Dannycarry still sitting in stealth waiting. He doesn't want to get swapped to the kidney now, and Pinkrangerz, they're swapping to him. Comet Storm comes crashing in. He's not even using skin through this, but Genericz did not use the Adrenaline Rush. It's going to force the NS and Hellstone there. Adrenaline Rush still not being used there. It finally comes out. Pinkrangerz gets the bear farm, but they're just going to swap over to Nessper with a cheap shot. Fierce coming on to Genericz, so that's going to break kidney onto Nessper. Will he go down the same way Eviscerate connects? Feint is up. Pinkrangerz gets that Swiftman off. A Ring of Frost coming down. The Polymorph was locked, but he's not even going to go for the ring at this moment. He's just building up the Icicles for the next assault, going for another Polymorph. It does get interrupted again by Nesper's kick. The Iron Bar comes out from Pinkrangerz here. He's trying to go for a Cyclone, but he gets deep frozen on the Cyclone. The Ring of Frost gets Howl of Terror. He's going for the Polymorph, though. He does Bear Form, and they do lock the Polymorph, but he gets sapped. He's been been dodging CC so long that he dropped combat. Kidney shot onto Nessper now. That's the clone. He's going to cloak of shadows there, pop the Hellstone, get the feint up. Pinkrangerz is coming out into another DR polymorph. He has to use the vanish. He's going to get pulled out here shortly. He gets the cheap shot into Genericz for the time being. Maldiva sitting a polymorph. He has to unbound Will. Pinkrangerz trinkets the blind immediately. Evasion is used by Nessper, and Heart of the Wild has to be popped by Pinkrangerz as well to try to play catch up. Dannycarry in the meantime jumps down below, gets a Tranquility off. He's going to get feared up though. It's going to break to the dot damage. The haunts onto him. He's going to dispel that immediately, but this is a lot of damage.
Yeah, Maldiva popping that Demon Soul, trying to turn it around. Meanwhile, Pinkrangerz caught into the kidney shot. He immediately barkskins at the Frozen Orb, comes out by Mageiden. Well played by Pinkrangerz. He knew he was going to take a significant amount of damage, just trying to stop some of that. Genericz under a lot of pressure though. Right now, the kidney comes out onto Dannycarry and cheap shot onto Genericz. Genericz does have wall up for that and does get the Iron Bark from Dannycarry. Now Mageiden the target, down to around 30%, and this RLD just has so much pressure, swapping around onto everyone. Dannycarry getting killing speed, having to use that Bark Skin. Nature's Vigil comes out. All the trends come out. He's trying desperately to keep himself up. His team is just rotting, though. Maldiva doing so much damage to everyone, and Nessper just locking down this bear form Druid Dannycarry.
Yeah, the full kidney comes out. Smoke Bomb, he's in caster. No trinket, no skin. This could be the game even without killing spree. 20%, the Ring of Frost comes out. He's going to barely survive. The Haunt connects. 19% here on the bottom side of the ramp. But the kidney shot onto Pinkrangerz. They're trying to turn it around onto him. He activates the bear form. The Vanished Garrote comes out. He Hellstones immediately, but that's killing spree. Are they going to turn it around? 5%! He killing spree's the blink. He's going to go down. And in the midst of that much damage, they take down RLDream Team, and the dream is dead.
Yeah, the dream is dead.
Wow. So again, 4-1 coming out from DBBDBK. A very convincing win there. Let's take a quick look at the replay. And to keep an eye, this is a kidney shot onto Dannycarry. He has no Barkskin or Trinket. That was so scary. He blinks away and survives, but now Genericz is ready to go onto Pinkrangerz. There's the kidney shot into him as well, and he gets him low. He's so low, the Garrote out of it, and then he killing sprees, so he can't get away. He killing sprees the blink. Iron Bark's not going to be enough, and Genericz is going to be with Dannycarry. Or I'm sorry, Genericz, Mageiden, and Dannycarry are the champions of tournament number 8. There it is.
Look easy again. This is the second tournament that they just sort of dominated.
They're champion number 2. This is their second win on their belt, and they're going to continue the reign. And against all odds, they did it. There it is. Well, I guess not against all odds, considering that they put